Hi, this is Daniel from Pain of Salvation. The best of heavy metal plays here, and also Pain of Salvation.
E aí, pessoal, mais uma cobertura do programa JuSvarn. Hoje, dia 7 de junho, estamos aqui no Pirilampus Bar em Sorocaba, aguardando o show do Pain of Salvation. A gente vai conversar com os caras, a gente vai dar aquele giro esperto e a gente já volta.
Good evening. Are you ready? You sure? Do you want to hear some Pain of Salvation? Do you want to hear some Pain of Salvation?
Bom, galera, estou aqui com ninguém mais, ninguém menos do que o Daniel, o vocalista do Pain of Salvation. A gente vai fazer algumas poucas perguntas para ele sobre a carreira, o Pain of Salvation em si. Então, hi Daniel, thank you so much for having us.
Hi, it's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. How is to return to Brazil after 3 years, the last time, and even more in an intimate show off of São Paulo, and it's more a little country, it's not a lot of people like São Paulo.
It's always great to come back to Brazil. So we've been longing back here, and we're happy that finally we could come back. And we've already started talking about the next time, you know, when we're going to arrive the next time. So, and I had the best flan ever in a restaurant in Sao Paulo. It's actually called the best flan ever on the menu. So, and I'm kind of addicted to that dessert now. So we have to get back maybe next month.
Yeah. Okay, and you have two cover songs in the last album. It was Holy Dive and Perfect Day. What make you and the rest of the band, did you choose those songs? Why those songs?
Well, they derive from a few. Let's start with Perfect Day. That's the easiest one because I was asked by my wife's sister for her wedding. They wanted to have a Perfect Day, and asked if I could sing it. I'd never heard it before that, and I really enjoyed the song. So right after that, we were talking about what songs to bring to the acoustic show, and it was in my system, and it just seemed like a natural choice. When it comes to Holy Diver, well, let's start from the beginning. Many years ago, way before the first album was recorded, we had this tradition during rehearsals that when we were getting restless, which was several times during each rehearsal, because rehearsals could last for 12, 14 hours, 3 or 4 times a week. And when we became restless, we would just pick a song and play it at extreme speed, and try to make it as correct as possible, but extremely fast. This tradition later evolved into taking a song and playing it in a shuffled, jazzy sort of version, which we actually did with exclamation mark from the first album. We were receiving a music award, maybe the beginning of 2000s, and I remember that we played a jazzy, multi-harmony, shuffled version of exclamation mark. And years after that, I don't know, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we were asked. They have a local event in our hometown, apparently, where at a pub they will have a theme, and then they will invite bands and artists from the area, and each band or artist will pick 3 songs, you know, depending on whatever theme they're having. And they asked us if we wanted to be part of this thing, and the theme for that year was 80s metal. So first we were given the Black Sabbath album Mob Rules with Ronnie James Dio on vocals, and I just felt that neither of us had a lot of experience with that album, even though I do own it. But so I asked maybe we could play songs from Holy Diver instead, because I knew that all of us grew up with that album. So that's what we did, and I just felt that it's going to be 80s metal. There's going to be a lot of 80s metal artists, and you know, so let's try to make something different. So we just applied this. I know when the beats are, so I can sort of avoid them. We were. Okay, it's gonna be lots of beats now. Oh, that's good. I just felt that let's do something else. So let's apply this sort of like jazzy shuffled tradition. And at that point, we had Leo on the drums, so it just like fell naturally into place. And I always felt that it would be nice to use that rendition for something else than that one night in front of like 300 pretty drunk people on really bad instruments, because you know it's like an open stage. You just go up and you play your 3 songs, and this just seemed like the perfect time to bring this up. It's not a song that you can just like put on any album. It needs a fairly specific context. So this was the closest we could get, I think.
Very nice. And Daniel had some healthy problems, but it's already fully well. Okay. And that made you think different in the band plans, in your family, in your life, because it was very bad. We start off, we have fans that support you. I saw your letter. Yeah. And you think different now. You saw things like, I don't know, you think some kind of different, the plans of the band in your family, in your intimacy of life.
I think it's very tempting to say that under conditions like that you change your priorities. I don't think you do. I think everyone knows what the right priorities are. I mean, it's all in our systems. We know that we don't want to destroy the environment. We know that we should spend more time with family. We know that we should be less stressful about things. We know sort of what we need to lead happy lives. It's just that, you know, everyday life gets in the way, and it gets postponed somehow, and you just constantly fail. Being in the hospital for 4 months and having sort of like a little, well, I wouldn't say close encounter with death, but it was sort of present anyway. I think what it doesn't really shift your perspectives. It just reminds you. I mean, it becomes more clear. For me, one thing that was, you know, a little bit of a silver lining was that I'm a very ambivalent person. There's so many choices every day. Being in that situation deprived me of a lot of choices. So there was like a vacuum where priorities became very clear to me. And from that point of view, it's good. I felt strongly that I longed back to play with the guys, to be in the rehearsing room, to make music, and get out and play music in front of people, because I just felt that I really love doing that. And yeah, that was, so as far as the band part of it, that was something that became very clear to me. I couldn't wait, because I mean, in the beginning I didn't even know what was going to happen, and whether I'd be able to stand on a stage ever again. So yeah, that was the thing that I could carry with me. And of course, like everything, I remember saying that already back then in the hospital. Someone said that, you know, I guess you're like having another perspective on life now. And Jesus Christ. And I responded already then that, yeah, you know, of course you do, but I've seen that happen to lots of people. You know, that I've heard so many people say that I'm going to change my life. You know, I'm going to do everything different. I I didn't have any sort of like illusions that I would get out of the hospital and just like become a totally different person and get all the priorities right in my life. But I could enjoy the clearer perspective and the clearer vision, knowing that it would fade, you know, with each passing month, but hopefully being able to like go back to the priorities that were clear then. You know, whenever you feel that you don't really know or like things are a bit hazy, you can go back and you can lean on the perspective you had back then, knowing that I was in a place where I could actually sort of like see things clearer because it was less diversions everywhere.
And the end of this tour, we the band is gonna record another album. Come back to Brazil soon, please.
We will, for sure.
New plans with the band, a new record, because Falling Home is from 2014.
Yeah, we're working on new material. I've been working on material for a long time that's been sort of like going round and round in my system, and I've sat down with Ragnar a few times now, and we've like started to put ideas together that are really exciting. I think that the fans of both the newer camp and the older camp will definitely just love the material we're working on right now. Looking forward to that. Again, it's just like everyday life is just getting in the way. It's difficult with logistics and time and everything. We're not 19 anymore, even though we behave like we are.
Very good. Thank you so much. Bom, galera, esse foi o Daniel do Pelo Salvation. Muito obrigado por todas as informações, a produção sempre que nos ajudou. E é isso aí, nunca se esqueça, daqui a pouco vai começar o show deles e a gente vai curtir, vai dar mais um giro por aí, beleza? Muito obrigada. Bom, galera, chega ao final mais uma cobertura do programa JuSvarn. E hoje foi o show do Pen of Salvation aqui no Pirilampus Bar. E foi um show muito envolvente, muito cativante, algo que eu nunca tinha participado antes. A galera pedia música, eles confabulavam ali na banda e tocaram em torno de umas 3 ou 4 músicas a mais do que o playlist, forrado de sucessos como Ashes, Rope Ends e várias outras músicas como Undertow, que eles não tocavam há muito tempo. Foi muito legal, como o Daniel nos deu a deixa na entrevista, ele comentou de que eles querem voltar para o Brasil quanto antes, então dedos cruzados, quem sabe a gente não cruza com eles aí o mais rápido possível. Então é isso, curta a gente, entre lá, comente, compartilhe, nosso canal no YouTube também, agora além das coberturas, episódios, Heavy Critics, e não esquece de nos escutar toda terça e quinta-feira das 20 às 22 horas na radiofritura.com ou entre no juisvarn.com e conheça todos os nossos vídeos, todos os nossos podcasts, todas as fotos que a gente tirou hoje, beleza? E nunca se esqueça, keep it rocking!
so cool. You want a kiss? I don't know. I just don't know. So you to taste some emptiness. But I think what those fucking friends, it's got to be somebody. You can dance for joy. Bitches never stand for time. To my best friends like you. Plus, I'm taking let's do you as we die. I don't know. But I say so much. But this is the thing. The thing. Yeah. Sure. Still my people. We only spend $2. I'm afraid I just don't know.
Hi, this is Daniel from Pain of Salvation. The best of heavy metal plays here, and also Pain of Salvation.